playground.
Hooray!
This is the Darren Harris Podcast. Here's your host, Darren Harris.
Hey folks, what's up? Welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Darren Harris. This is my podcast. What's poppin', y'all? I got a special guest today in studio, man. Well, actually, in RV. My nephew Jordan stopped by to see how his dear old unc was doing. Because, you know, just a lot of things have been going on in the world, and he does know that I experience some mental anxiety and some depression issues. So he has stopped by to give me some uplifting, and I tell you what, I love this kid right here. Thank you for joining me. What's happening, kid? How you feeling?
Hey, what up, Unc?
Chilling, man. So today we're gonna have what I like to designate as a potluck. I have an open subject matter. So that means that whatever hits your mind, anything you want to ask, anything you want to say, anything that you feel, we're going to discuss it right here today on the Darren Harris Podcast. So I'm going to open the floor to you. So why don't you get started by telling us a little bit about what's going on with you? How you feeling, man? What's going on? Who are you?
I'm all right. My name's Jordan. 32 years old. Well, not 32 yet, but my birthday is next month on the 14th, so I'm Aries. You feel me? Yeah.
Come on,
Aries
y'all.
gang, you know? Pretty much, I mean, you know, you one of my favorite uncles.
One of your favorite. You got how many you got?
I'm not going to lie. See, I feel like I'm one of those family members that everybody loves.
Right.
But I'm one of those family members that loves everybody as well. You feel me? So
listen,
it's like,
I don't got no favorite nieces and
it's
nephews.
like, so it's hard.
You
like,
all my favorites.
I fuck
hate
with,
all
you know
y'all.
what I'm saying? You know
Either
what I'm
I
saying?
love y'all, or I hate all you.
For me, it's like you, but you have those like, you know what? I think I probably wouldn't hang out with that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you.
Like, I think this is, you know,
I think I might ride with
Thanksgiving
this
as
nigga
far
right
as
here.
we gonna go with this. You know what I'm saying? I can't call Unc, you know what I'm saying? Unc, hey, you trying to blow one?
Yeah, nah.
Nah.
What are you
Nah,
talking about?
No, Uncle Charles. You know what I'm saying?
Word. So we was talking earlier today about social media because I was telling Jay about a viral video that I had that I got a lot of traction on, and because I got a lot of traction didn't necessarily translate into monetary compensation or engagement, and some of the struggles with that I was going through, and we started talking about social media and how it's manipulative to your mind anyway. And, you know, I just don't know, man. I mean, I don't know. I've been thinking myself, honestly, even though I have 44,000 followers on Instagram, I'm thinking about deleting it or either just scaling back to, if I don't fucking know you, which is a lot. I mean, when this happened a year ago, I had 400 people on my Instagram. It was
Right.
That's all I had. You know what I'm saying? It was people that.
But that was a crazy video.
That shit was wild business. I mean, listen, it's a year. It's been a year. That shit happened a year ago.
Yeah, that was pretty wild.
Yo,
for sure.
that shit was wild business.
That shit was wild.
I mean, if you can go to my Instagram if you want and check it out. It's a video of a lady in a green shirt. She was on something. I don't know what it was, but she was trying to breach my motherfucking property.
Listen.
And she was shouting in the name of Jesus. She was doing all this in the name of Jesus, but so many people, 50 million people viewed that video. 50 million motherfuckers viewed that. And I didn't get a fucking dime.
Just imagine if you would have had some merch for sale. Just one piece of merch on your website.
That's horrible.
At
That's
that
horrible.
time.
Ooh. Yeah. See, if anything.
At that time, anything.
Anything. It could have been like anything.
Because when you first came on, like, they just, even if they had you before, or they was just coming to follow you because of the video, they would have seen that. They would have been, because I'm sure they was clicking on all the videos and all that.
Yeah,
stuff.
I did. I got a lot of traction on a lot of my other videos, and videos immediately thereafter I put out did get some traction. And I'll tell you when, she'll tell you, I got traction for a minute. I put up videos, I get some instant traction, more videos, instant traction. I'll tell you when my reach subsided, when it went away. Something happened where
cultural.
No. Yeah, it was something I commented about fucking Trump, and immediately my fucking engagement went.
He's not that funny.
My engagement went down. It wasn't even about. It was. I mean, because we sometimes we went live. We sat and ate barbecue in Gainesville somewhere and sat down and went live and had, I think it was 5,000 people sit there and watch us eat barbecue at a fucking truck stop.
Amazing.
Yeah, just.
See, that's what I'm saying.
You know, but
see,
we didn't have anything for sale. You know, so just.
And even then, see, but that's what it is about that the social media, because one person is swaying this way, one person is swaying that way. Oh, Trump this, Trump that. Oh, I don't like Trump. Oh, I like Trump.
Right.
So if they like Trump and they were following you,
right,
now they're like, you know what? I'm good off him.
Well, I know what I think it was more of that, because I have Trump followers that follow me.
Right.
But I think what it was the actual algorithm.
Okay.
And the algorithm itself, and also the right-leaning social media platform itself.
But you know, people can report your stuff.
People
too.
do, yeah, exactly.
Right.
People do report it also, but it didn't get reported because it never got taken down.
Right.
It just, from that video on, the traction of my videos just went and just doot, 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 doot. And then now, even though I have 44,000 videos, it doesn't matter. And I'll tell you what, that's why I use TikTok also, because I use TikTok as a litmus test.
Right.
To really see how bullshit it is, and why it's not always good having a lot of followers if you don't have engagement. But there's a lot of things that contribute to the lack of engagement. Like I said, I have 44,000 followers, but a lot of those followers are bot accounts.
Right.
Bots don't follow you. Bots don't fuck. I mean, they don't like your fucking content. They don't comment on shit. They don't share your fucking shit. And that right there translates to the algorithm as low engagement. And if you have low engagement, then they don't push your content to other viewers.
Right.
So.
Okay, so a bot account, what is that basically? Like
a fake gas account.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
hell
yeah.
Yeah, just a spam account, motherfuckers, da-da-da-da-da, you know, just on some, you know, you go to their profile, it'd be like 1-2 pictures, you know, this motherfucker just standing there with like a fish.
2017.
Yeah, just on some like, come on, motherfucker, you know what I mean? You know, yeah. But in that, you know what I mean, I gained in the first fucking month or two that this was happening. I got a follower. I was clearing out my follower cache every 5 minutes. I was getting bing, 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 and I was hitting accolades. Oh, da-da-da-da-da, you've reached this many followers. You've reached that many followers. You've had this many views, that many views, so on and so forth. These many people have shared your content. So I hit a bunch of fucking accolades quick, and that translated into fucking nothing.
Right.
You know, but what it did is it monetized me. But, you know, what good is that if, you know, like, which I have to weed through a lot of these accounts. Some of them are inactive accounts, you know, and I have to weed through, and it's a lot of fucking work to go through here and inactive, you know, go through and weed out all of these accounts and delete them out of your account so that your reach grows. You know what I mean? At 44,000, I'm thinking, like I said, I'm thinking about scrapping this fucking account.
Right.
Because I don't have any fucking reach. You know, there's no reach with it. You know, and I can tell I don't have any reach by having the reach I get from TikTok on the same fucking videos.
Right.
Or on the other platforms. Now, there's other platforms. There was Facebook. Facebook is Instagram. I got more traction on Facebook because I don't post to Facebook as often. You know what I'm saying? And because I don't have that, I have about 2,000 followers on Facebook.
Right.
So
how many friends do you have on Facebook?
Like 2,000.
Oh, okay.
So I got like 2,000 friends on Facebook. So as opposed to 44,000. So if I post something, my engagement rate is higher on Facebook because I don't have 44,000 people and 4 people like my fucking video.
Okay, so boom, right? On Facebook you can have friends and followers, I thought, though.
You can. Well,
Okay.
you can have friends and followers. I have friends that don't follow me. I have followers that aren't
your
my
friend,
friends.
right.
You know what I mean? That's the thing. But I think for the most part they kind of go together from what but I don't fucking use it.
Right.
You know, I have the monetization thing, but the only thing, I have 2 pages. Actually, I have 3 pages, 3 Facebook pages. One Facebook page is actually a fan page that I made that all of a sudden, not all of a sudden, I've had it for a while. There was like 300 or 400 followers on it. From when I lived in Southwest Florida, and I kind of changed it over a little bit to be a little more universal. But now, because of my podcast, this is how my producer he promotes my podcast via my fan page. So, which, you know, I mean, it gets a little bit of traction. I definitely get some hate. I get a lot of love. And I get a lot of hate. You know, based on whatever it is. But it's you know, I get better traction from TikTok probably on my short form videos than any other platform. Now, long form videos, just, you know, YouTube is still a king. I don't have, I'm trying to be cautious growing my YouTube channel because I don't want the same thing to fucking happen where I have fucking fake bot accounts.
Right. I don't see how people even how do those accounts even float around like that? Can't you just pay somebody to like delete them in activity?
I think there are people out there that actually do that, but you know that costs money and shit like that. But I get what you're saying, but at the same time, there's a lot to be said about growing an organic, like, social media following.
But TikTok is one of those places where you can blow up really quickly just with one video. And it's kind of like a puzzle that you follow.
Yeah, it's like,
you turn your camera to the side. And you put the sound in the back.
You have the trending sound. And
right.
I've tried all that shit. You know, I like all that shit. And sometimes you get, you know, good hits, and some. I find like I have the best. It's funny, the longer the videos, like I do a lot of like longer short form videos. I'll do like a 2-minute video. Sometimes I'll do a 3-minute video. I get I get better reaction on the shorter ones, but the ones that I think that I would get, that I would think would crush the game, get nothing. And other ones that I'm like, but I put it out anyway. Those are the ones that really do well, or the ones that are of course more comical in nature. You know what I mean?
But how do they even break down paying people for that? Like,
I have no idea. I have no fucking idea. I've tried to follow along with it, and I'm just like, you know what? You motherfuckers are scamming people.
What these dudes are and
you
what
fucking
these people are
consuming motherfuckers'
earning.
whole lives. You know, it's
Kai Cenat. How you sit on?
Well, because
that's crazy.
Because
you know
of they get paid because of their influence.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's really ultimately what it is. How many people can you command? How many people can you command from your following to start a trend or go do some shit? You know, whatever it may be.
Right.
How effective are you at selling yourself? Because then and this is how it was pitched to me. Now I have to get down with brand partners. Now I have to find a brand partner. Like, for instance, Winnebago. I live in a Winnebago.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I could get with Winnebago and say, I just did this fucking video.
In a Winnebago.
In my Winnebago. And Winnebago might say, okay, I'll brand partner with you. Now, the going rate, from what I understand, for like a static video is like $700. I could charge like $700 to do like one, you know, one of these like one of the advertisements that you see for such and such product, maybe like something like that. That would, but you know, that's you got to get one of these partners to go, okay.
Yeah, break away in the middle of the
I'll
of
pay
the
you
segment.
$700. Yeah,
driving. Hey, I love my Winnebago. Look how we parking and go camping.
You know what I'm saying? So that's essentially you know how it works is. How effective are are you at influencing your audience, or what is your audience? Defining what your audience is. Who are the people that are watching you? Who are the people that watch all of your videos every time you put them up? Is it your friends? Is it some dude from fucking Iowa? Is it somebody from fucking Germany who thinks that you funny and you dance around, or whatever it is, like whatever, what I mean? What's your audience? Being able to define what your audience is probably the most important thing, because you can then kind of figure out
what you want to do,
what kind of content you want to tailor to that audience.
Right.
So I sit here and try to do that shit all the time myself, but I'm all over the road because I have ADHD like a motherfucker and take medication.
Right.
So you might get, for me, it's potluck as fuck with my content. You might get a long format funny video. You might get a video where I have two characters, where I was gonna do, I got some shit I was gonna do about this motherfucker Elon, but I don't want to let the cat out the bag. We'll try to do it here later, but you feel me? You might get some content like that. You might get me riding down the fucking highway with my wife, or in my RV, or washing my fucking Jeep, or you might get whatever it is. Us throwing knives. It's a bunch of whatever sticks.
Just everything that's going on.
It's anything that goes on in my life. It's almost, you have to determine do you want to be an instructional influencer? Do you want to be more like a vlogger where you just, clip excerpts out of your life? Do you want to be, like a DJ? You want to, whatever it is, whatever you want to, be a music producer and show people how to do shit like that. It just depends on what you.
I wanted to start painting. My painting.
Yeah.
I want to start painting, but sometimes I be losing the patience with it, and that's why I really haven't started painting that Medusa, because I don't want to start painting
and not finish,
and not go ahead and be, what I'm saying.
Well, I know some painters who do start projects and they'll cover up and come back, because, like you said, they might lose. But I know what you mean, because I have the same thing with beats. I have the same thing with everything I do. Fucking video, stand up, everything I do. It's, I do it for a little bit, and then I'm off onto some other shit. I'm straight for a few minutes. I'm off to some other shit, and that's why. Sometimes it's hard to accomplish, one thing, because I have too many irons in the fire.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
I have a lot of things I can do.
And I have a lot of things I can do. But one thing, like including, like shoot video and, photography and things of that nature. So that's one of the reasons I turned in on trying to create content, because, I want to, one, I want to share excerpts of my life. B, I believe I have some shit to say. I think I have some important, maybe I'm fucking arrogant. Maybe I think my words matter to people, but I really think that I got some shit to say.
Right.
So.
You never know. Some shit might matter to somebody.
I did it. I had a couple that, people were like, what, motherfucker, you right.
I was reading some of your comments, niggas is fucking with you.
Some niggas be fucking with me. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, look at them. Niggas fucking with them.
You know what I'm saying? So.
I ain't see nobody on that tripping either, like, talking crazy.
Well, sometimes, well, believe it or not, sometimes, especially, on my social media, it may not be in the
I was reading on the podcast.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It might not be in the ratings of my podcast, but sometimes, because my podcast is on an RSS feed to YouTube, and it goes other places. There are other platforms. Every platform really carries my podcast.
Right.
But on my social media, man, I'll get some fucking hate mail.
I'm sure.
Bruh, all I said. This is the only thing I said. I said, do you read the Bible? If you do you believe its teachings? If not, why? That's all I fucking said. And people lost their fucking minds.
All valid questions.
They lost their minds. I got all kinds of fucking hate mail. I got hate mail, but I got a lot of defense mail too. I get defend mail.
But
hey.
Hands up.
Hands in the fucking air. Do you hear what I'm saying? You hear what I'm saying? I just asked the question.
Yeah.
And they freaked out. People was like, the little boy that you used. Yeah.
Get to the chopper now.
Bruh, but I mean, I as far as the content, like that's why I have different. You go ahead and get that popping. While you do that, before I get on to the next segment, I'm gonna take a break. I should have took a break a while ago, but I'm talking to my nephew, man. So I'm gonna take a quick, fast break, and I'll be right back. Yeah, you listening to the Darren Harris Podcast. Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to the show. I'm sitting here chilling with my nephew, man, kicking it about daily life. Right now, we're talking about social media. We're just talking about basically basic content creation. Just how to crack the fucking code, because there is one. But I want to know what you feel about it, bro.
I just feel like consistency. That's really the basic thing. The consistency. Once you how I feel is once they keep seeing you.
Right.
Constantly.
Right.
That's when people come see you.
See, I had somebody. That's true, because somebody said one time, for acting auditions, a lot of time it's not even about whether or not you have the talent. It's just about you showing up.
Right.
You being there. I mean, if you're going on auditions, you've been going on auditions and going on auditions. Eventually, by just sheer fucking numbers, they're gonna pick you for something. You're gonna get picked. And then once you get picked, is how you go from there. But once you start booking stuff, you start booking stuff.
Right.
Once you start going in and just being there, you start being there.
Right.
People start checking for you. People start saying, well, where's such and such, or that's such and such, and then people start asking for you, and it's kind of the same thing as this social media shit. But it's just so elusive, man, because you just never know. Because I see dumb shit go viral. Like a motherfucker he'll turn his head to the side and go some dumb shit and play some sort of sound behind him, and that shit get 1 million views. Excuse me.
I'm not even sure how that even. I don't know. Some people find shit funny, and it baffles me when shit like that does happen though. Like when it's just something so random that you don't find funny at all, but it's.
Some of the shit honestly makes me think: is this what the fuck our people is thinking about now? Really, for real? This is what it is? Fucking a fucking 8-second video of somebody going
shaking their lips or some shit.
Some dumb shit like that. Really? That's what. Yo. I mean, and then when you do it, motherfuckers is like, stop. You're a fucking
weirdo.
You're a fucking weirdo.
I fucking hate that word. Listen.
What's wrong with the word weirdo?
Not even weirdo. Just weird.
What's wrong?
It's overused. Everything is weird. Oh, this is weird. Oh, you're weird for doing this. You're weird for doing that. Weird, bro. When did people start using the word weird so much?
It was in the 80s in the movie when I guess there was a movie called Fast Times at Ridgemont High, and all it's like Porky's and all. There was a genre of teen films that featured a lot of young teenagers that were not us, if you know what I mean.
Right.
Running around, on some like sexual escapades, coming of age type stories, and old men would try and I guess grope the younger.
And I get that.
But the word.
And I get that. Right? It went, I don't know, it might have went away because I'm just now in the past couple of years hearing people use the word weird for everything. How am I weird? Because I asked you, why did you hang up on me? And now I feel some type of way about it. You're weird. Why? That's weird.
That's a fucking cop out, you should say.
What do you mean?
Your brain is fucking running on fumes, ain't it?
What do you mean I'm weird?
You should just say your brain is running on fumes. Why am I weird? I asked you
I'm trying to figure out why you hung up.
I asked you an actual question. Why did you hang up on me? And you called me weird?
You're weird. You're weird. She said.
Okay, then maybe you think I'm weird. Maybe that's why I got hung up on, because you think that I'm weird. Not
Nah, cause like, boom, I'm telling them like, listen, we don't, you know what I'm saying? We don't have to kick it like that, because, you know, you be doing crazy stuff like hanging up, and then we won't even talk no more.
You're weird.
What do you mean we don't? You're weird for that. How? I'm weird for not wanting to vibe with you no more because you hang up and we don't talk anymore.
Oh,
you feel me?
Oh,
you weird? No, I'm not weird. I'm standing on my principles, like, and people. I don't know. I think that's probably just.
Listen, go with it. Whatever it is. Yes, I am weird. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm weird.
I don't know. People just they have this. They want to use the word so bad. For everything.
Well, it became a really big political word. Over this past election cycle, the Democrats almost ruined Trump's whole thing by branding everything they did as weird. People were like, "Oh, what do you mean? We're not weird." And people were like,
"Weirdos."
Yes, you are. You're fucking weird.
Weirdos.
You motherfuckers are weird.
Nah. See, I mean, in areas. It
has its place.
In areas.
It has its place.
In areas, you know.
But not for fucking standard run-of-the-mill conversation.
Me saying, you know, this, that, and the third, no.
Listen, people.
But that's that social media.
That's social media.
And that's the social media. People base their life off of
what they see,
what's going on,
what they're
Joe Blow is doing,
what
this
they're
and
influenced by.
Right.
It's what they're influenced by.
Everybody wants to go to Cancun. Everybody wants to go to Puerto Rico. Everybody wants to go to wherever because they see somebody else there.
Well, I'm a victim.
We're even planning a family trip.
I'm a straight up victim myself of being influenced because but I don't want to, like, some of those things. Yes, I definitely want to do, but some of the things I'm a victim of because it's influenced me to create try and create influencer videos.
Right.
You know, I'm trying, like,
I want to go take a picture on a horse.
I want to go
with the yellow helmet on.
Come out here with the fucking.
I want to have the mud on my legs in Jamaica.
I want to. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, shit. Why I can't have mud on my legs?
I need some mud on my legs. Can I get a little bit of mud?
Where the mud on the leg niggas at?
Nowhere. Fucking nowhere. Them motherfuckers are nowhere.
Random
Listen,
people.
And that's what I'm talking about. And it's so few and far, but it's not.
But when you see it, it's everybody's doing it.
You see, what you see now, and I don't do it in public.
You're not doing is what you see.
Right.
Oh, damn. I must not be shit.
I'm not shit.
I don't got mud on my legs in Puerto Rico.
Listen, I'm not shit, bro. I'm
fucking nobody.
I'm nobody if I don't have mud on my legs in Puerto Rico.
Listen, motherfucker will have you feeling like they rich.
Listen, they make you feel like you ain't shit unless you.
I'm richer than
you. Like you said, like you have mud on your legs.
You're nobody.
You're no one.
Your legs
and
have
flash.
On.
See, and I'm gonna tell you what.
I got mud on my legs.
That's why I guess my content, my social media, my appearance in my videos is very much anti that because whatever the fuck I got on, if I got a holy shirt on,
that's me.
That's who the fuck I am. If my hair is not, I don't care because I'm not rich. You know what I'm saying? I'm not this glamorous.
And
I'm not gonna say I'm gonna make you rich. You know, but there are some things I want people to listen to, and some people listen. You know, if I look down and a couple people like whatever I put up, then that's cool. That means somebody got my message and they like that message. You know what I'm saying? And that means that piece of content helped somebody. You know, even if it's 4 fucking people.
But no cap though. A motherfucking smooth haircut. Save your goddamn life. Go to the same job interview.
On some Wolverine in
on
this
some
bitch.
Wolverine shit, and then come back as Hugh Jackman. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel that.
Come back as Hugh Jackman and see, you know what I'm saying?
If you get the job
gonna fuck with you, you know?
Well, I feel that. You know what I mean? Like, I do have a tendency to be very au natural.
And that's why I cut my dreads, though. Like, And I hadn't got to that point where it was like super Florida.
Right.
You feel me?
I feel you.
And I'm going to just leave it at,
Yo, listen. It's funny that you say that because I was thinking the other day, and I don't know how this is going to go over, but I need for these YNs out here to know some things. I need them to know some things. You know what I'm saying? I hate to embrace it, but I'm an old head now. I'm an old head.
You've reached there.
You know what I'm saying? I've reached, and also in the hood, I've reached a certain level of respect.
Right.
From the YNs.
Right.
So I was thinking about doing this. Yo, I'm going to ride through the hood. I'm going to find a pile of YNs someplace. I'm going to pull the fuck over and be like, look, I mean, y'all no harm, no disrespect. Now, first thing I want y'all to know is I love you all. Second thing I want you to know is that these next 4 years, I need you guys to have your eyes open because they are actively looking for you to put in a box, whether it be in a box out here on fucking Highway 90 or a box in the fucking ground. You know what I'm saying? I need you gentlemen to start looking at yourselves like gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? I need you to start looking around at other ones of yous like gentlemen also. These are your allies. There is something coming this way, and you don't want to be killing off your own soldiers now, do you? You know what I'm saying? So I want everybody, I just want to tell you, God bless y'all. You know what I'm saying? Go get back to the hustle. Didn't mean to take up too much of your time, and peace the fuck out.
Furious Styles in the flesh.
Yeah. Also like, yo, that nigga changed my life.
That nigga changed my life, man. Nigga said, God bless me, he loved me. I never seen a nigga he drove off in the sunset. Nigga, I went and got a job that day.
Trying to touch niggas, bro. You feel me? Not in that way, but
pause, nigga.
You know what I'm saying, though?
But
I'm trying to see.
But see, I don't even play pause. But I mean, listen, that is a funny game.
It's a wild game. It's wild.
But it's hard to play it though. It's like everything you say.
Yeah.
You gotta think about everything you say. But if you think about it, it's like niggas is actively thinking about not saying gay shit all day. So niggas is actively thinking about
trying to fucking put the block
gay
sensor
shit
on. So
all
like,
day.
how do I
no
not
gay,
appear?
No gay.
How do I not appear?
But like, bro,
like this?
If you just know who you is,
then it's all good.
Then you straight. I mean,
at the end of the day,
mean, you good, my nigga.
But feel me though, like as far as
that's
going out,
social media shit.
Going out and trying to, that fucking influence. It's that
that's
influence.
That's that social media.
It's that
shit.
influence, that addiction to that influence, or that is, like I said, we are all victims to it, and
that's a New York thing.
It is very much.
We're in Florida. I mean, even though you be around though, but I'm in Florida and I know about this shit. That's because social media. That's why it's so easy to blow the fuck up. And that's what I'm saying, that consistency. Like if niggas wasn't consistently
you have to be dedicated to it though. It's a lot of work though. That's the thing. To produce like these videos, she'll tell you, these videos, and I'll show you the footage. These videos, Jay, that I put out, some of them shits is 1 minute and 30 seconds. Bruh.
4 hours of work.
More than that. Sometimes more than that. Then shooting, editing, and then you have to literally produce the whole video.
Because niggas got to take 67. Take 98.
Listen, I got
I almost had it.
I have a fucking system for that shit. I had to build a system. And the system is let the motherfucking tape run.
Just keep doing it.
Just keep doing the shit until you say the shit right one time and then cut. Yeah. But it's getting like now, like I said, like I'll write a script or write down like whatever it is I want to say, and then I'll rehearse that shit a few minutes. Yeah, and then this nigga said, fuck this. And yeah, and then this nigga said, fuck this. Yeah, and then this nigga said, fuck this.
And the nigga was like, fuck that.
Yeah. And I hone in on how I wanted to come across on a video.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's a lot of thought and a lot of production and a lot of planning that goes into like producing certain types of content. Like I follow a dude called the Anti-Prophet. Now I really like this dude's content because he be on some like faceless motherfuckers don't even know who this motherfucker is.
Right.
He be on some faceless, but he just fucking, he'll come out with the most poignant, realistic shit that has you thinking about all kinds of shit in your life, and I enjoy his content. You know what I'm saying? So I try and model my content, similar to his, where I'm going to be informative about some shit.
And I'm guessing that's why motherfuckers should get paid so much for this shit.
Yeah.
Cause like nigga,
it's a lot.
9 hours. Really, this was free time.
That's really what it is.
Nigga turn free time
into
some money.
It's a fucking hobby. Is ultimately what anything art driven. Listen to this, Jay. Anything art driven. I don't give a fuck whether you play the guitar. I don't give a fuck whether you paint some shit. I don't give a fuck if you stand on stage and tell jokes. If you rap. Anything art driven, it's a fucking hobby.
It's
first.
Free time, nigga.
It's free time first. That you turn, you take, and you manipulate what it is you have, your raw talent, things that people can't ever take away from you.
You make your free time so great.
Right.
That niggas want to see you in your free time.
Absolutely.
That's literally niggas want to see you in the moment of you just being you.
And that's exactly what it
is. That's why niggas pay you to be you.
Listen, that's why I do comedy. God. That's one of the reasons I
just imagine getting paid to be yourself.
I understand that. I know exactly what that is.
I know how to be me.
Mm-hmm. Some niggas don't though.
Fuck.
Some niggas don't.
Niggas want to be other niggas, but that's that social media shit.
That's that social media looping around, snatching a nigga by the neck.
Niggas is social media. Oh damn, that nigga got on that. Man, let me go. Oh damn, I'm 600. Oh, these bitches 300 right here. Fuck,
yeah.
Let me get the 300.
And I can't pay my rent now.
I'm homeless as fuck.
But.
And I'm smoking.
But.
I'm high.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how it goes.
I got me a line
of
some lean.
That is the world of influence. You know what I'm saying? And you have to be able to decipher that shit and realize that these motherfuckers, this ain't real.
That's what niggas is
Or it
doing.
might be real for him, but...
It's real for him. But you don't know how the fuck real it got for him to get where it's at. You don't know. You don't know. You don't know if the nigga,
Yeah, but ass all in the air.
Hey.
Listen.
You don't know if his ass had air on it.
It had.
If it was wind on his ass. You know what I'm saying? You don't know if it was wind on his ass. You know what I'm saying?
Right, pretty breezy.
It was breezy as fuck. You know what I'm saying? It was cold in there. Just imagine.
Mm-hmm.
For some diamond chains.
Listen, to show other people how lavishly he lives, or, but I will say this though. Let me say this. Some influencers I do like the chicks that make bread. You know what I'm saying? I like shit like that.
Listen.
Shit like that. Motherfuckers who trying to help you get your ab game up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Niggas like that is a godsend. I can appreciate that motherfucker right there. You know what I mean? But
it's even those short, like, burst of niggas is giving you like a little good information about credit hacks and things like that.
Right.
You feel me?
I like shit like that too.
I can appreciate shit
yeah,
like
how to get
that,
a job, how to look good at a job interview, you know what I mean?
You know what I'm
Buy
saying?
these 3 shirts and these 4 suit jackets and these 3 pairs of plants and you'll have 4 suits for like da-da-da-da-da. I like shit like that. Where they try to actively elevate your game. You know what I'm saying? But then that comes back down to the lazy motherfuckers that's watching the fucking content in the first place, laying there watching the fucking content. Are you gonna get your ass up and go do this shit, lazy nigga? No. You gonna fucking scroll to the next fucking video and you're not gonna go out and
not even gonna like the video. Nigga too lazy to like the video. Nigga done watched the video 3 times.
Listen, nigga, I be mad sometimes.
Took notes on the video.
I be mad. I be like, listen. 4,000 people watched this video.
Nigga.
I see right here, the analytics say that 4,000 motherfuckers watched this video.
For X amount of time.
But I got 35 likes because motherfuckers was too lazy.
A couple niggas watched it a couple times.
That's
then,
exactly what
you
it
ran
is.
my shit back, nigga. Ain't like my
and
shit.
didn't like my shit.
Wow.
But see, but wait. But then motherfuckers get booty hurt when motherfuckers don't like they shit. that dope because
Right,
they
though.
don't get the fucking dopamine.
How you gonna be mad because I don't like your shit?
Well, they don't get the dopamine rush from that people get from being like when somebody likes the shit that they put out. Rejection is a terrible motherfucker. If
Man.
you know, I mean, because I can't front. You know what I mean? I put some shit up that I was like, God damn it, these motherfuckers don't like my fuck these motherfuckers. But
I'm an idiot.
yeah, have you like second guessing your whole shit? But you know, then you have to put into perspective that you know not everybody's gonna feel the way that you feel. You know, there are gonna be some people that do like your content, but
shout out to those motherfuckers.
Shout out to those
I fuck with those
motherfuckers right there because. You know, I'm sure some of those 1 or 2 likes prevented motherfuckers from fucking going out in the fucking going out with some carbon monoxide in the garage.
nigga, you ever seen what that shit is? Hot Tub Time Machine.
I think I want to say that I saw some of it with Craig Robinson.
Yeah.
I see you said with that.
Man, you gotta watch this shit's funny as hell. I don't know. I've been watching a couple shits lately, man. That shit's been having me crying, laughing. Old Dads. I was telling you.
We was talking about.
And it's Incoming. This shit called Incoming on Netflix, man. Fuck. Oh damn, I don't need to be.
I don't give a fuck. You say whatever the fuck you want.
Shout a nigga business out and shit. You know.
Listen, whatever. I mean, if that's what you watching, that's what you watching. But see, now check this out. I have a certain amount of listeners that listen to my podcast every week.
Mm-hmm.
Now, depending on how long they listen to the podcast. Some people listen for a couple of minutes. Some people listen for 10 minutes. Some people listen through the whole thing. Now, depending on...
Shout out to those niggas.
Yeah, the ratio of people who listen through the whole thing, based on what you just said, what kind of influence is that going to have? You know what I'm saying? How is that going to ripple across? And that's what people, as influencers, that's what influencers are looking for. They're looking for that validation from people.
And that's just how funny that movie is.
Word. Wow.
Oh, shit.
I feel that. I feel that.
Real shit. Damn. That bitch funny like that. Incoming.
Word. I gotta check that shit out now. So, well, like I said, based on you just saying that, how many people are gonna go to Netflix and be like, "Oh, word"? Yeah. Because they listen to a podcast from a guy that, I mean, I don't want to put it like this, but maybe it is that from a guy that they were influenced by.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I have unique listeners, but I have repeat listeners, people that continue to listen. And like you said before, shout out to y'all, man.
Right.
You know, and I make sure every week to shout everybody out, man.
Even the randos, shout out to y'all too.
Listen, shout out to people.
Man,
I do it every week. I do it every week. Shout out to people who listened and don't listen anymore. Shout out to y'all for getting me started, for giving me a base to get started with. I mean, I remember when there was 7 people listening to this shit. You know what I mean? I was happy for the 7 people. I've been happy for every increment that I get and every decline. You know what I mean? I know I've had podcasts hit like 40,000 downloads and other podcasts that get 2.
Right.
You know, and I'm just like thankful for everybody, the 2 people who downloaded, the 40,000 I downloaded.
That's 42,000. I mean, that's 40,002.
40,002.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like a math problem.
Appreciate you all.
I'd be the 42,002 of y'all, but
hey,
you know, I mean, it's
you put it all numbers add together.
It's rewarding, and I think that's a reason. You know, I mean, I can't speak for a lot of people who create, but I know from my standpoint, it's rewarding to me because I try and put out things that I think will help people. You know what I mean? That I think people will say, you know what? Maybe I will start, you know, buying black-owned, you know, looking at that first before I go out and just throw my money away in the court. Maybe I will try and help empower my neighborhood. Maybe I will. That's the kind of content I try and push out to people. So I like to think that the content that I make is helping somebody.
1.7 trillion, though, nigga.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? If we put
now.
Listen, what would happen? What would happen if we put 1.7 trillion back into us, as opposed to going out and buying, you know what I'm saying, Crocs or, you know, fucking Tommy Hilfiger or, you know.
The Rocks.
Yeah.
Tommy Hill nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
That's right.
Just
That's
imagine.
exactly.
Oh my Lord.
That is exactly what I'm talking about, though. You know what I'm saying?
You feel me?
So, I mean,
I don't know. I might need to copyright that one right there.
yo, that might be it right there. That might be hey, get you a little. Shh, listen, let's talk after this.
Lips over the finger.
Because that right there could be something, like I said, on some straight up FUBU in the house. You know what I mean? But that's what we need. And a lot of people, that's a lot of influencers that I follow. That's one of the things that I guess I have been influenced by is, our need to turn in on our community in order to save ourselves, from, pretty much economic extinction, and eventually physical extinction, so,
I mean, man.
It just depends on what kind of content you want to put out there.
Even half of that, if we just put it into ourselves.
Yeah.
Man.
I think about it all the
we
time.
Always thinking about, how we gonna be able to do this? How we gonna be able to? How?
Well, we already doing it for somebody else, though.
How not? Nigga, we doing it for other niggas.
But I did a podcast.
Not other niggas.
Listen, the reason why, though, Jay, is because we ourselves, we don't trust our own people's products.
We don't want to see the
that's
man in
changing.
the mirror succeed.
But that's changing. Yeah, there's a lot of hate amongst our own community, and that right there fuels our divisiveness. You know what I mean? Look at our fucking...
Why would I trust Johnny down the street when I know that nigga's shiesty?
Why?
He might have changed his life. He might be dead serious about this, and he was just, you know what I'm saying? Now he testing the water, and now he got niggas like you hating on him.
Right, and that's it. And that right there, that shuts our whole community down and prevents us from moving forward, and that is by design. That's something, but it's, again, I got to hold us responsible because we know this. We have the information. We know these motherfuckers put all these practices. So it's up to us
to go against the grain.
To reinstill in us who we actually are as opposed to what they put in place.
What they telling us we are.
What they telling us we are and what they put in place in order to make us who we are.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you cut off, funds to fucking childcare, you know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, somebody either got to stay home with children or somebody going to leave children at home, to do whatever they got to do to, you know what I mean? It's a vicious cycle that we have been victim to all along. You know what I mean? And like from fucking redlining and all kinds of shit to fuck our growth up, our expansion, our chance at equality. Because the one thing white folks never wanted was, equal footing with them. I don't care what they preach. I'm just saying that's why motherfuckers is like, the Democrats is bullshit now because all they do is use black people for their votes, but then they still, they still on some bullshit. They shit on niggas. They still shit on us. You know what I'm saying? So that's why people are looking to other parties or not voting at all. And, but I'll tell you what, I can't vote for a conservative. I can't vote conservatively. I have to vote. You know what I'm saying? But I can't vote conservatively. I'm not going to vote along but I'm not going to vote just for party lines. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to vote for the best interest of, me and my people in this, our fate in this country first and foremost. And if somebody's going to actively try and dismantle all of our protections, of course I'm going to vote against that. Meanwhile, people who claim to be your friends, white folks who claim to be your friends, say, you're my fucking friend, but then they vote against protections for you, or they vote to disenfranchise you even further. They vote for, I voted for the economy, but you also voted to cut Medicaid. You also voted to do this, and that. You know what I'm saying? So you didn't weigh it out.
Right.
You didn't weigh out what, and then ultimately, even once he said I couldn't, he wouldn't, you didn't vote. A lot of people, they didn't vote for the economy. They voted for white supremacy. That's a lot of it. So that's why, it just really is, it's a tragedy what's happening here that we have. Go ahead.
Black people can only band together to hate on each other.
That's the only thing we could do. But that's why I create the content that I create.
We
know what I'm
create
saying?
two big groups that we call gangs which is it's more, but we got two groups. Most gangs got a rival that they hate.
You have to in order to be an effective gang.
You know what I'm saying? But why not? Now just hear me out.
Yeah.
Because we could all benefit from that.
All right, let's.
If we was all together. You know what I'm saying? And that's not even with gangs. It's just the next black person beside you.
I was about to do you one better. Not just the gangs, the churches. Look how many churches is in our neighborhood. All of our churches are fragmented. Everybody.
Kojic, AME.
Listen, there's too many.
Baptist.
We are fragmented people, and that is by design.
Everybody has to be the one.
We understand that though, and that's where we need to say, hey, listen, nothing that was ever given to us by them was ever good for us. So why would this be good for us now? We need to turn away and against that and go in towards ourselves. But like you said, we are professionals at hating on each other.
What?
That's what we do. That's why we don't get nowhere.
Hate on my the nigga next to me? Of course.
Right now. Without thinking
I
about
wouldn't
it.
mind.
Without blinking.
Fuck him.
Yeah, I'll look him right in his
You
face
don't even know him.
while I say it.
Fuck you. Good morning, brother.
You don't even know me, nigga. Fuck me, damn. You just stepped out the house. It's fucking 8:30 in the morning.
Get some breakfast, bro.
Yo, and that's why I like to see certain content. Like I'll see something, and this is shit I like. I'll see certain content where it would be like, yo, normalize telling another black man good morning. I like to see that. And then you know what? That makes certain people think, you know what? So what do? I mean, I take shit like that literally. I'll go down here to the little thing, and even though I'll say, good morning, sir. How you doing? Hopefully you're having a magical day, sir. You know what I'm saying? You know, anytime I see anybody, and I will, anytime I see anybody black, and I'll go ahead and I'm going to admit this, you know, anytime I see anybody black in a position of authority, you know, I always congratulate them. Congratulations, man. You know what I mean? I mean, because it means that person there had to work their fucking ass off
way harder
to get to where they are. Congratulations.
You know how hard a black man has to work to be over white man?
Yeah.
Oh my land.
Yeah, in everything, and that's one of the main issues. But that's what they want to continue to uphold. That's the thing that they want to continue to uphold. They want to make it. You just saw they brought back segregation in government spaces, right? Yeah, segregation. So that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to cripple our community. And you do know that they're also constructing a bunch of, you know, detention centers and et cetera, right? And that's so that they can detain us. And the immigrants. It's not all for the immigrants, because eventually they're trying to get them out
of there.
Yeah, but who's left? Us. So what do they need? Because the fucking 1%, they're not going to do the fucking work. You think they're going to do the work? Who's going to do the work? The private prison system. Who is the majority in the private prison system? Us. Therefore, that's one of the reasons I want to go into the fucking hood to these dookie dread motherfuckers and tell them, yo, the next 4 years, the goal is
stay out the way.
Stay out the box, nigga. Stay out the box. Turn in on something different. Plenty of different ways to build yourself.
Imagine if niggas was posting pictures of fast luxury cars, jewelry, and then say, I got a job.
I got a job.
See, I said on ATL, this what washing them flows get you. Niggas standing in front of a house. This what washing them flows get you. But just imagine. You know how many black people shot with other people besides black people?
A lot of us. Most of us.
This what washing them flows literally could get you.
Absolutely.
If we fuck with each other.
If we fucked with each other.
If we fuck with each other.
And it wouldn't be nothing. It would be nothing.
It wouldn't be hard to be famous or go viral. If we all just show love to one another.
That's what people don't want to see. That's what, now I won't say people, because we do want to see it. What doesn't want to see it is the algorithms. The algorithms don't want to show that. They want to show the opposite. So that's why it's very hard to get that kind of positive type content out to a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Because the algorithm is scanning back and forth for phrases. They looking for certain words. Oh, you can't say this. You got to say that. You got to blah, 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 blah. Because the algorithm is surfing and it will not promote your content. It won't get your message out. You know what I'm saying? And that's the
positive.
That's the unfortunate thing, because they're looking to spread divisiveness. You know what I'm saying?
And separation.
You have to be very, very conscious of what you're ingesting on social media, because it really will turn you into a different person. It'll have you thinking in a different way. It really fucking will. Because I used to not think like this. I used to not give a fuck about shit like this. Oh yeah, I should be allowed. But then I had to realize that in order to have unity with everybody else, in order for all races to have unity with each other, black people have to have unity within themselves. You know what I'm saying? My friend Dave, he had an issue. I had a conversation with him about Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey when they was trying to have the all black affluent neighborhood. They wanted to start a black affluent neighborhood. Oh, well, I think that's separatism, that's racist, and so on. So I said, but is it though? Because nobody really seems to have an issue with
all
black
white
people.
Neighborhoods everywhere.
Listen, nobody seems to have an issue with black people living in squalor and fucking shit and fucking together. They don't have no problem with that. But as soon as we get a little bit of something, all of a sudden we're separatists and we're racists.
That's why the HOA was created.
Right. Hell yeah, to keep us the fuck out of it.
So if you don't do what we need you to do,
yeah, we could take your shit and kick
you
the
can
fuck
get
out.
on up out of here,
Yeah,
brother.
we can kick you the fuck up out of here. And listen, they ain't playing. They not playing.
But anytime we do something, we're trying to separate this, that. But you literally had whites only.
Yeah.
On a water fountain, nigga.
Yeah.
On a shitter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Somewhere where I go shit at, it says whites only.
With the hard H. Some whites.
White.
Yeah. Yeah.
White.
But it's the truth, man. I mean, but listen. Like I said, there's no more excuses for us. There's no more excuses. The information is out there. You know, all of us, we should know. If we don't, we're fucking idiots. We ain't looking in the right place, or we're blind to whatever is the fuck out there. You know what I'm saying? We are more selfish and geared towards being out for ourselves and independent. A black woman is the only woman that has to actively shout out and yell, I'm an independent woman. You know what I'm saying? And
I applaud you for that, baby.
Yeah, but why you gotta?
But you don't gotta be so hard.
You ain't gotta be independent. You know what I'm saying? There's plenty of people out there. But we've been trained into it.
Have been shown to be that.
Anyway. You know, but hey, they want to make sure that everybody knows that black men
ain't shit.
The wars.
Fuck them niggas.
Listen. Literally. Listen.
Hold on, almost. I don't know. I can't be almost 8.
You say whatever you want. That's how this go here.
I'm gonna be a lesbian. And now I'm just gonna date women even after I fucked with a bunch of niggas. Got 4 kids. Now I'm a lesbian.
People listen.
Because of social media.
Shit, listen.
Not saying that social media has made it lesbians, but it has made people
influence.
Say, you know what? Motherfuckers would have never thought
that's what I was just
be
about
gay
to say.
Or be anything besides whoop-dee and hoop-dee. This and what you're supposed to, I'm not saying what it's supposed to be, but what, I mean, shit, it's clearly what it's supposed to be, because if you put the batteries 2+ sides on the same side, the motherfucker doesn't work. You can't control the TV. You feel me? So if you get my drift.
Some people try to make the TV work.
The TV ain't working, brother. So you know what I'm saying? Hey, but social media and.
Well, I think motherfuckers was trying to get the batteries to work before social media.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying that has pushed that narrative.
Well, I think
that's the only thing that goddamn Trump has even said was all right. You can't be anything besides a man or a woman that you already were.
Now, I believe that. I believe
you know
that
what I'm saying?
if you was born
like,
a man,
damn.
Listen,
You can be a hold on, man.
Listen,
you can go to the Olympics as a man
listen,
and
let me
be
tell you a story.
in Women Olympics. Come on, bro.
Let me tell you a story.
You look like a man still.
Listen. So I was up north, right? This was years ago. I was just starting to, like, you know, get my own apartment and be out in the city, and, you know, just so.
You get weird when you get out there on your own.
I was skating. I was going to work. It was in the morning. I was going to work, and I got on the train, and I'm late. I'm running late, and I'm on the train, and sitting across from me is a little girl sitting on the train, like a little Latin girl, and she's just staring at me. And, you know, I stare back, she smiled, and, you know, so she jumped off the train at 59th Street. And so I jumped right off the train, and it's like, yo, I noticed you was looking at me, da-da-da-da. My name's Darren. I'm late for work. I got to go, but, you know, let's switch numbers. Peace, bye. I jumped, and I went and bought some skates and skated the rest of the way to work. So I talked to...
fucking movie.
Listen, I talked to this... Listen, I talked to this
nigga
person...
jumped off the train, grabbed the number, nigga, and skated away into the sunset.
Yeah, that's how I did it. So I talked to this person for like 3 or 4 times, and then finally, you know, she invited me over for dinner. So I went to the house. We were sitting there vibing, so on and so forth. So I was like, I gotta go to the bathroom. She was like, I gotta go to the bathroom too. I was like, well, you know, it's your house. You go to the bathroom first. So she go to the bathroom and come out of the bathroom. I go in the bathroom, and while I'm in the bathroom, I start looking around. Now I see all the necessary lady stuff. I see bras, I got pantyhose, I got little small petite shoes, you know what I mean, makeup, you know, lots and lots and lots of makeup. You know, I had, you know, but I wasn't seeing the stuff that I was supposed to see, like feminine hygiene products. I wasn't seeing none of that. Nowhere. And I was intrigued.
Oh, my lamb.
So I'm in the bathroom.
But nowhere. 3 times straight.
I'm in the bathroom,
nowhere,
like, all right,
nowhere,
what the fuck is happening
nowhere.
in here? Where am I at? What the fuck have I got myself into? So I step out the bathroom.
I would have jumped out the window.
Listen. I step out the bathroom. The first thing, see, I the real thick Latin accent. The first thing, oh, papi,
Oh, shit.
oh, papi, I want to kiss you. And I put my hand right across the chest, and I said, hey. I said, are you a man or are you a woman? And, oh, Papa, what do you see? Because, you know, like some D's, you know, some straight up D's. Oh, Papi, what do you see? I was like, yeah. And this was back when shit like this was new. And I was like, yeah. I said,
bitch, I'm
wait.
in the motherfucking cage with a lion right now. Please get me out of here.
Are you a man or are you a woman? Oh, Papi, what do you see? I want to kiss you. I was like, wait a minute. I'm going to ask you one more time. Do you have a uterus?
I ain't even going to ask you as your man no more. Do you have a uterus, yes or no?
Do you have a uterus? And he said, no. And first I was like, well, I got to go. But I started smelling the rice and beans and the fucking lechon. And I was like,
you know what?
So I turned around. But listen to this.
What you cooking?
I turned the fuck around. I said, yo. What the fuck made you want to do this, bro?
Nigga said you sexy. Yo, what you think?
I said, first of all, you lucky. I said, you lucky, bro, because I could have killed your ass up in here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But what had happened, he out there lonely looking for fucking love, but he was a fucking makeup artist. He was a celebrity makeup artist. He broke out this book. He sat there and had fun. We sat there. I sat there and ate dinner with this motherfucker while he broke out 4 albums of fucking Angelina Jolie, Tommy Lee Jones, Wesley Snipes, da-da-da-da-da. This motherfucker did makeup. That's what he did. And I was just sitting there. I was like, yo, dude, that's you. I got the straight bamboozle because it was like the springtime, not quite spring. It was a little cool outside. So when I met dude, he had a little blazer on with a turtleneck, so I ain't see no motherfucking Adam's apple. He had a nice long bob cut.
It's nothing wrong with a gay friend.
Yeah, but
But you know what I'm saying? That just
see, my thing is this. My thing has always been this.
I just hate that
it's not me. Get it how you live it. You know what I'm saying?
I just hate how like on every show, every movie, every movie, every show, everything now has to have something that includes that.
Well, at one point it had to have all TVs and shit had to have something that included us. You know what I'm saying? And we were ostracized also. I mean, I look at it like this. I can't. Far be it from me. I mean, if it's not my bag. You know what I'm saying? But I can't pass judgment on somebody else for seeking their own happiness.
I ain't passing judgment on it, but I don't want it to be in front of my kids.
Right, the influence of it.
You feel me?
Well, that's what people said about us also.
That's what I'm saying about the influence of social media.
Then that, I mean, that comes down to because it's in front of my kids too. But that comes down to being able to sit down with your kids.
You can't watch everything with them,
but you can sit down and you can have discussions with them. You can sit down and because your influence ultimately should be the influence that they look to the most.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And your example is the example that they're going to follow. Now, that lack of example is when people start looking around for shit to fucking latch onto.
Let me see what I can see.
To latch onto, you know what I mean?
Right,
but certain people do feel, that they was fucking put in the wrong body, and all right, whatever. You know what I mean? If that's you, that's you. You know what I mean?
Dave Chappelle.
How does that feel? You know what I mean? Like
this is how I feel on the inside.
This is how I feel. Fuck! This is hilarious. But I didn't say that out loud. This is hilarious. Oh, I don't know what it's. Oh, we gotta talk. Fuck! This is hilarious. But you feel me though? Yeah. So I mean, like, I'm not gonna. Like I said again, not my bag. You know what I mean?
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
But I'm not gonna. I mean, if I'm not gonna say that they're evil people, that they're maliciously out there trying to, evil, because what that does, what it really is falling into the fear mongering of this particular party. Because if you notice, that's one of the biggest fucking things that you've heard about in the news. And a lot of this stuff has been fact checked, and a lot of this stuff that they campaigned on is bullshit. But they did it in order to A, bring it out in front of people, B, demonize it, and C, ultimately conquer it and get rid of and marginalize the voice of those people. Because they are, like it or not, whether they are transsexual or whatever it is, they are citizens of this country that deserve a voice. And that's like we once were. So that's why, for me, I mean, I can't really knock them.
Just have the voice of your natural born voice. Not saying that you can't change it up, but you just need to have your still same identity. You feel me?
See, I agree with that. I agree with parts of that also. I agree with, you were, I think on a license, like if this is your license, so born biological male, female. Right. You know what I mean? That's fine. Transitioned female. That's all it is. Or or say some shit like that. Transitioned female. That's what I think. That's what I think it should be. Because like when you start throwing out biological male and shit like that, people get offended and shit and don't want to. But if you say it's transition to female, it's like letting the motherfucker down easy. Right. Transition to female on your license. We don't acknowledge that you a motherfucking man. We don't acknowledge that.
Right.
We don't. But we also acknowledge We acknowledge that you have transitioned.
That just makes the game unfair, though.
You do you know what? Let me see your motherfucking license. It did. But listen, that's how I felt, though. That's how I felt sitting there at the table eating dinner with this motherfucker. And after I was eating dinner with this motherfucker, I couldn't help it. After I knew he was a man, I started talking to this nigga like he was a man. I was like,
we
yo,
homies.
I was like, yo, so bro, this mofongo is really good, homie. So tell me about what was like to work
you put in that bitch?
Yeah, what was like to work with Wesley Snipes.
I was Wes.
Listen, so the shit was like, all right, I gotta go. So I stepped to the door and I say, listen, you got lucky as fuck today, and I have some advice for you. I said,
don't do that.
Don't do shit like this. Be who you are. You know what I'm saying? Be honest, because there are people out there for you. I'm not that person.
Right.
But there are people out there for you that are safe for you, because I guarantee you, if you would have got somebody up here that was not as understanding as I am,
right,
they probably that could have been bad up here for you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you frail, you 100 pounds. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and I get it. You know, you feel like you a girl because you 100 pounds. You 100 pound man. Damn. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But this is not the fucking way, homie. You know what I mean? So, and then I was like, I gave dude a straight pound. I was like, all right, peace. And I walked out of there like, oh my God, I can't believe.
Listen, bro.
That
sometimes
motherfucker was
those are one
immaculate.
of those moments. That's one of those moments in life is like, fuck.
I couldn't tell.
This is really going on.
I could not tell.
This is really fucking going on.
This is some New York stories shit right here. I mean, like, I could not believe that shit. I was like, oh my God. I stepped into a fucking movie. I stepped into a fucking...
Bro, when movies turn into real life, it's like, wow.
Yeah.
This really happened.
This shit happened, actually.
This happening to me.
This is happening to me right now. And I could not believe...
Yeah.
I couldn't believe that's what it was. But I was proud of myself in the respect that...
I didn't
spaz out on this person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I wasn't derogatory to him. I wasn't condescending or hurtful.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't berate this person.
Right.
I did start treating this motherfucker like a dude. You know, even though I wasn't like, ma'am, you know what I mean?
I can't help it.
You know, but yo, we
homies now.
Listen, we was sitting there watching the James Bond movie, and you know, she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna put some on." I was like, "Well, you know, all right." So I was like, "I want to go to the bathroom." She, "I want to go to the bathroom first," and went to the bathroom, and it had
nigga looking around. You see male degree.
I was just looking around, and I started seeing like shit I wasn't supposed to see.
Oh shit.
Some like
fuck.
When the body heat turns up.
Hey, look. Niggas catching random blows out of nowhere.
Yeah. Yo,
damn,
I was sitting there. I was in the bathroom.
Gonna lie. Sometimes I will use secret.
I was in the bathroom for a minute. I was in the bathroom
now
contemplating.
I'm like, fuck.
I was on contemplating in the bathroom. I was like, what the fuck is happening in here? What the fuck is happening in here? And like something was like, really honestly, the thing that made me start looking around in the bathroom in the first place is something was off. Something was off. Your makeup is like spackled the fuck on. Yeah. It's like, this shit is like a plaster wall right here. Yeah. This shit is like, I can't see. And it was the same thing when I met this person. And this person was supposed to be at home, you know, and you know, I get it, you at home, you know, but you know, you ain't got to put on nightclub makeup at your fucking house, do you?
That's sign number one.
So I was in there like on some like
just piecing together the puzzle.
And then that's when I
walked.
walked.
Was the last puzzle piece.
Me wanting to go to the bathroom was the inspection. The last ditch effort to try to salvage. I walked in there and I didn't see nothing. Nothing.
Not one tampon.
No Summer's Eve.
No pads.
No motherfucking Always. No nothing. You know what I mean?
No loofah.
Nothing.
No scented nothing.
Well, no. On the contrary, all of that.
Oh yeah.
Everything. The most lavish, pamper yourself, take care of yourself, body bomb. More woman than a woman in certain cases.
They said that'd be the motherfucking. They said that'd be the dead giveaway.
And that's why I was like,
they said
this
that'd be
is
the dead
not
giveaway.
Right.
Woman AF. If it's woman AF, it's a man.
That shit is hilarious. Woman AF. If it's woman AF, it's a man. That's the truth right there.
Hey.
And that's the thing that gave it away. I was like, nah. But the food was smelling real good, and I felt like a dick. And I didn't really feel like a dick, but I felt kind of bad because this person went through a lot of trouble. You know what I mean? They went through a lot of trouble, man. The table was all set up nice, and I was like, they put a lot of effort into this because they thought something that this was going to be some sort of.
I secondhand feel like a dick for even wanting to leave myself. That I said I'd jump out the window because now that I see, I ain't know the situation. I ain't know the situation. You feel me?
But see, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes.
Okay, you got it set up in here.
But I had to open
you went
myself.
Through some shit.
I had to open myself up to that. I mean, this person.
And it smelled good in this.
Man, they went through it. House was clean. So on and so forth. I mean, cooked a really nice meal.
Not fuck it as in like, you know what I'm saying, fuck it, but fuck it as in I chill.
I mean, really, because that's not what it was on. It wasn't on that at all. It was on some straight up.
Especially once I never seen the Summer's Eve.
This person really put out a lot of effort for this to happen, and I was like,
I didn't see any tampons, so yeah,
that was. I'm sorry, this is the deal breaker, but I do recognize what you went through, homie. Yo,
I fuck with it. Because I know.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you what.
You basically a nigga trying to. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Trying to find love.
I mean, you is it?
But
you
woman.
You
AF.
know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Woman AF.
Woman.
So you woman AF. So I can understand you chasing it like a man.
Right.
You hear me?
Right. Also, because that's who you really is, nigga.
That's a deep ass bar.
I don't care. And that's another thing.
That's really who you is.
That's another thing that I started piecing together because the voice was a little lower and registered than like she wasn't an alto.
All right.
I mean, I'm sorry. She wasn't a soprano. She was more like an alto. Mm-hmm. So that for me was like, you know, I get you. You know, I mean, I understand, but this right here will get you killed. You know what I mean? So in the future, you know, make sure that, you know, you just have to be honest with somebody. If you're honest with people, man, they'll fucking roll through, man. You'll find somebody for you. Period.
Right.
Simple as that. So that's why I just don't. But man, we've been talking for a minute, bro.
I'm telling you.
You know, some chopping it up. But man, it's a little fucking the air conditioners is fucking on the fritz or something. We're gonna have to turn on the
niggas
AC.
is warming up in there, you know what I'm saying?
So I guess that's my cue, man, to go ahead and wrap up the podcast. Nephew, thank you very much for joining me on this week's episode, man. Good talking with you.
Thank you for having me.
Yo, can you listen? You always welcome. We can always sit here and chop it up, and who knows, man? Maybe we can get some shit together ourselves. But
for sure.
But I want to go ahead and tell everybody I had another podcast planned, but I'm going to go ahead and put this one out first so that you guys get to meet my nephew. But next week I will be talking about, I was called a racist by one of my good friends. And it kind of stung a little bit. And I had to sit down and I had to do what he said, which was look in the mirror. And so I did. And the next podcast I'll be letting everybody know what my determination was and my conclusion was based on me looking in the mirror. And I will also be evaluating very seriously how my friend feels and his point of view, and to see if I can actually see where he is coming from. And I'm doing this all in an effort to humble myself in front of everybody, to make sure that, you know, I practice what the fuck I preach and I back my shit up. And to give it the college try, and to be accountable. So I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna sit down with myself, and I'll see you guys next week on the evaluation of, man, am I a racist? Am I a racist? Am I racist? Am I a racist?
The hard questions.
The hard questions. The Darren Harris Podcast. Yo, I want to thank my parents for giving me this mouthpiece, man. For my mother for nurturing me, my father for giving me the analytical spirit. I want to thank my wife for being my absolutely best and biggest fan in the world. I want to thank my producer, Jesse Yandel, for being a lights-out producer week after week. I want to thank Gentry Thomas for the platform. And last but not least, I want to thank everybody out there that is listening to me now, that has continued to listen to me through this whole podcast. Thank you so much for staying with us. I do appreciate you. I appreciate everybody that has listened to the podcast, no longer listens, and everybody who has not yet listened to the podcast, but someday will. So until next week, y'all, yeah. Have a good week. Peace.
Peace.
You've been listening to the Darren Harris Podcast. Subscribe to the show, give a good rating, and everything you need to know is at DarrenHarris.com.